Okay guys, this is the end of the video. I'm starting at the end, going back to the beginning. I went to Iron Cove today and went there for a fish. I missed the tide, like I ended up on the low tide, which is not a good tide to fish, but you catch a lot of little fish. And if you watch this video, I didn't catch a single fish. But the whole point of this video is to show you the micro life around the place and where there is life and where there isn't. Now last week I went down to Kissing Point at the start of all of this rain and it was dead. The oysters are dead, everything was dead. Oh, this river's flooding. It's going to go up tonight for sure. Anyway, I went to Iron Cove today and the oysters are thriving in there, the crabs are thriving, there's bloodworms in there, there's a lot of bait fish in there. I never caught an actual fish or seen any signs. There was no mullet. The mullet have just disappeared out of the harbour or out of the Parramatta River. So it has been affected by the fish kill, but the micro life hasn't been affected. So fish will be drawn back in there. And it's quite ironic because Iron Cove is probably more polluted than Homebush Bay the last few years. With the stuff that runs out of those canals at Iron Cove is just disgusting. And we've been in these videos sort of proving that EPA are giving out false statements. I really need them, EPA, to come out and do their job properly. How we had a massive fish kill in Sydney Harbour and it barely got a mention on news, and EPA statements come out with natural causes due to rain, and now we've just had like 200 mils of rain in town and there's no dead fish from this rain. It was all before the rain from the chemical. So watch the video, see what you think. All I can do is try. I'm not a marine biologist, I'm not an educated man, I just know things are wrong. And all I can do is try. So I put a lot of effort into this. I probably walked for 2-3 hours in this rain, just looking for life, looking for anything. You know, looking for the positives in this, and hopefully seeing signs of a new migration of fish back into the system. But it's not good. Like, we got to pray that this rain, like the amount of this rain, will flush everything out into the ocean. That might help us, but it's not helping the world, is it? Like when Australia keeps dumping all of their pollution into the ocean's a big place and it spreads, so we really need to stop that as well. What have we got here? Sure was... I've seen some camo. Oh, I found me camo. Birds are loving this, look at this. Look at all the seagulls over there. Look at this. We're on the Parramatta River. We've had 200 mil of rain, but I'm not down the Parramatta end, I'm at Iron Cove. There's more sea life here. Look at the oval's covered in seagulls. From the entire Parramatta River up to Gladesville. Yeah, all those fish kill stuff I've filmed. What'd you see, a handful of seagulls? And the EPA was saying that rainwater was killing the fish. God, look at this. Oh wow, we're flooded right into the canal. The canal's not flooded. But there must be some stuff running into it. Look at this. Oh, I love this sort of weather. It should be dead low tide. Hopefully I'm not too early. I'd like to have that start of the run-in. So look at all these pipes running. Yeah, but look at this. Oysters. Iron Cove, we've got greenweed on the edges. Big oysters. Big Pacific sitting there on the rocks. Seagulls everywhere. And this place has had, you know, nearly 200 mil of rain, so look at those trees out there. They weren't there before. I don't know how they've got there. They must be old mangroves that have rotted and gone in. But shows you how shallow it is. So I don't know if we'll get fish here, but we will get fish, I'm sure. Just everything says it's going to be fish here. I reckon it's too shallow, but I reckon there'll be fish out here because of the cloud cover. Hopefully they don't come and guts on this slippery. Oh yeah, look, crabs in the rocks. There's one just there. Got a feeling this is going to be a much different ecosystem. Oh, slippery. So the rocks weren't slippery last week at Kissing Point. And remember all the oysters? All just covered in mud. Look, everything. And this probably isn't the tide you'd want to fish, but it's good. Like I don't mind it because I get to check all this stuff out. You know, there's like this is so infested with oysters. It's not funny. So we'll go up here a little bit more, and I can see the crab and oh, they're just, as I'm walking, life is scurrying. Oh, look, there's just little crabs everywhere. Without even flicking a rock, I can see them all. That stuff's so soft though, I'm not going to go out there. Tons of little mullet there, bait fish. This is Iron Cove. With all this rain, how come there's not dead fish everywhere here? Because there is a lot of sewage, mind you, that goes in here. So I'm just wondering why a polluted bay like this hasn't got dead fish rolling through it after 200 mil of rain, eh? Well, that's the question to EPA, not you guys. You guys know what's going on. Ooh. Parramatta Road. You know the rules. Catch it, you keep it. So I see with all the greenweed on the bridge pylons, you can see that white chew marks, which means there's bream around here. Even with all this rain and that, it hasn't killed the fish. Definitely bream were feeding on there on the high tide, 100%. Place is, compared to down the other end of the Parra, there's the water there, but check this out, check this out. Oh, g'day mate. Oh. No, just They killed all the fish died up the Parramatta end.
Really?
Yeah. And all the oysters, everything, all the crabs. It's looking really good here, apart from the muddy water.
Where is the Parramatta up there, you mean?
From Parramatta to probably Ryde Bridge, all of Homebush Bay. Yeah, every single fish died. EPA say it's from rainwater. This is 2 weeks ago, before this rain. They said it was from rain.
Has it been on the news?
No, they hide everything. There was about a 10-second clip on it.
I think I heard something.
Yeah. But they're saying natural causes because of all the rain, and now we've got all the rain now, and I'm just looking at bait fish and crabs and...
Around.
Yeah. It hasn't killed this area. It's good. If EPA was serious, they'd get out in these sort of conditions and go around and test all the drains. Like you can see this drain here, something spewing out of that. There's clean water spewing out of that one. There's brown water spewing out of the next one. To me, it's pretty obvious that a lot of the pollution in Sydney's coming from dodgy stormwater. Go out while it's raining and check it, guys. Take my word for it, but I can smell raw sewage coming out of that canal. You see how there's no seagulls? It's lifeless. As soon as that raw sewage comes out, everything just swims away. It's really rare to see crabs up that high. Go and have a look, see what's under these rocks. Now keep in mind that last week I did a video at Kissing Point where everything was dead, every single thing. Look at these oysters. You can see the stuff. Look, I'll pull the smallest rock down first. I bet you there'll be stuff under it. Here, look, 1, 2. Red crab, brown crab. Let's have a bit of a sticky beak. See what sort of life we have here. Nothing on there. Just keep moving along here for a minute. Oh, look at that beautiful crab. Come here. Oh, they're alive. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, missed it. Look at this, this is, oh yeah, look, here we go. This is a really good sign. Wait up, where is it? I just dug up a bloodworm. I dug him up and I've lost him. But that was a good sign. We got bloodworms, we got oysters. Where did I put that one? We'll find more. Whoa, there's some crabs in here. Oh, I can't even catch them. They're that quick. They're that quick. So why in all this torrential rain? And there's not one type of crab here, there's several. There's those greenbacks, there's the red claws, the brown ones. Oh. I see all these shells. Yeah, you got to come down here at low tide and check all these things out. But I've seen little bloodworms in the mud. Which is like every one of these holes has got life in them. Which is completely different than the old Parramatta. Oh look, getting a little bit wet for me. Look at that crab. Look, they're all through here. That's the big red ones. Oh god, oh here we go. See the bloodworm? This is that micro life that the fish need to live on. Now there's full of worms here. See that? They're all dead down Parramatta end. Every one of them. Geez, those crabs are quick today though, aren't they? Alright, let's move on. Broken down old stormwater pipe. Look at the cracks in the pipe here. Every single pipe in Sydney should be tested, checked, evaluated, and see if there's stormwater or pollution's come down it, and where's the pollution's coming from. Yeah, we can fix this. We can stop the fish kills in Sydney, but they've got to stop polluting it. They've got to stop putting raw sewage in here. And we're getting quite a bit of that, guys. That other canal around there is full of it right now. That's got a brown stain. I don't know what's going out of here now. Got to stop it, guys. Stop. We've got to stop Sydney water from doing that. I hate to say it, guys, it looks like it might be a while before our fish come back, but there's plenty of ecosystem to keep the harbour alive. There's no black mussels up here though. This was so much more polluted, this bay. That's a cool sign. This was so much more polluted, this bay, than down the Parra end of recent times, because there's been a hell of a lot of sewage going through here. So I'd say that's why the black mussels aren't that healthy up here, but the greenweed and the oysters and the crabs and the worms are all thriving. Stop blaming the pollution of the past. And you know the rules. You catch it, you keep it. So it goes in my bag. I mean, I've caught several face masks over the last couple of trips. Just shows you how everything goes in the stormwater. Yep, I'd say all loose seagulls, when the tide lifts, will be out munching later. They're having a ball in here. There's that much food in the oval itself. It's all the nutrients, all the worms and bugs and things. You lose them out of your system, we're in trouble. And guess what, guys? No dung beetles this year, no black beetles this year, no Christmas beetles this year. No moths, you notice no moths. No caterpillars, no spitfires. We're losing everything. We needed this rain so bad. That thing is the nastiest weed in the last 10 years to turn up in Sydney. This is South Creek. Hey. This is South Creek there, running towards Windsor. And the other side here is running towards St Mary's. That's Marsden Park over there. We need these floods. Our wildlife depends on them. You see all that sort of pussy stuff over in the corner there. If I was chasing bass, that's where I'd be looking for them, on those edges. This is what creates the migration. This is, we need them. We need floods. Floods are good for fish, not bad for fish. Rain is good for fish, not bad for fish. EPA better change their theory on what creates fish kills, because all this rain does not create a fish kill. It's chemicals that create fish kills, and if they're unpoliced, they're going to continue to do it. It's got to be stopped, mate. Got to be stopped. We got to stop these fish kills, and the only way we can do that is by making sure nothing gets into our environment through our drainage system, especially sewage. Untreated sewage with chemical in it. Look at that. Isn't that magnificent? Cringe if you walked along these footpaths and seen the rubbish. I just paid $200 for these on my ute. Rain shields. Yeah, Western Sydney councils aren't real good at cleaning anything up. Used to get rain like this, all these puddles would be full of frogs, tadpoles. Nothing in them these days. Look at all the obnoxious plants. Look at all the rubbish. It's one of those big sandbag, rubbish bags there. I swear I could fill that up in 10 minutes if I wanted to. But what's the point?